Ramirez. Once again, we'll open for question and answer. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and we'll get you a microphone. Go right down here, front left.
Drew Raymond from the MDC in Fayetteville, Arkansas. What's up, Santos?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, doing well. Hey, talk about your journey, because I know, obviously, there were some points where you didn't feel really good about, the way you were carrying yourself, both on and off the field. So now that you're a senior, we know you're a leader on this team. What do you think in terms of the process for you at Arkansas?
Well, of course, first coming in, man, my head was really in the right spot. I was very bent on my talent and thinking that it could take me so far. So it led to a lot of inconsistency in my life. Being on my own, I kind of fell into that social lifestyle, having the red shirt and everything that really hindered me. And I didn't take the adversity well. Instead I took the negative path. So once I built a relationship with God and got closer with God, that really helped me, with the consistency in my life. And when that consistency started coming in my life, it started evolving in my game because I just had a desire to be great in everything that I do. Understanding my purpose.
All right, we'll go right here on the end, back third row, left side.
Santos, right here. Y'all had a pretty good Chad Morris impersonation. Do you have one? And what do you make of all this sort of Chad Morris isms?
I don't really have a good impersonation of Chad Morris. I know he has a great swagger about himself. I can walk around here and smile and shake hands, if you want me to do that. But what Chad Morris brings, man, I love that his standard, which is the best. He shows that in everything that he does. As far as recruiting, if he's coaching us, since he's been here, he's been this very consistent coach. He's took all us in as if he's been here this whole time since I've been here, and he's made it a effort to build a relationship with each one of the players individually. And I really respect Coach Morris and everything that he brings to the table, man.
We'll go over here, back right cameras.
Hey, what's your impression of John Chavis and, overall just switching to a new defensive scheme entirely? How much of an adjustment is that for you personally?
Well, Coach Chavis, I love his aggressiveness, and I love his confidence on the defense side of the ball. Him bringing the 4-3 in and the talent that we have, man, and the pressure that he brings with the 4-3. I feel like they can really make us a dominant defense, and the fact that, this is we have one of the best linebacker duos in the country, in my opinion. We have some great defensive linemen and some great DBs, man, and he really instills that confidence within us, knowing that hey, you just go out there and you compete and you play the game, and I'm gonna handle the rest, and I really respect that from Coach Chavis, man, Chief.
Go over here on the right side, in the middle, back row.
Hi, Santos. So you've spent pretty much your entire collegiate career with Coach Bielema. What are some difficulties with a new head coach, and how have you seen the momentum change with Coach Morris?
Well, when I first heard Coach Morris was our new head coach, I didn't know what to expect. He didn't ever coach in the SEC, so I was like, man, I don't know if he gonna know what to do when he get here. But since he's been here, he really changed my mindset about him in everything I can think of, honestly. And then his winner's mentality is what we honestly needed. He's a man of a business. He's a man who's all about winning, who's all about being, like I said, the best. And it really rubbed off on us as players. He's really helped us with our chemistry and our bond throughout the off season. With us having a lot of player-led meetings and a lot of skills and drills. Without the coaches being out there. It forces us to come together. And to have that grind as a second nature. Finishing as a second nature. And I respect that.
We'll go to the camera platform back here on the left side.
Hey, Santos, here in the back. You're from Shreveport, an Evangel guy, kind of a two-part question. How much do you pay attention to other Eagles that go around the country to play football, and what's it like to play another season with a fellow Evangel Eagle, Jared Cornelius?
Well, just being from that school, it's an honor. It's a lot of talent. It's a lot of legends that came through that school. A lot of guys still in the NFL who came from that school. And, just me and Jared, being from Shreveport, a lot of guys look up to us because of where we come from, and what we did to get out of there. And it's coming from Evangel, man, which is a prestigious school. It really taught me a lot. It's like a mini college, in my opinion, so it really helped get me ready for the physical transition to college football. And just to see a lot of guys from Evangel still out there competing at the highest level, it's just really it just helps you remember where you came from.
Go to the camera platform in the middle, very back.
Hey, Santos, you guys won't have any expectations put on you. You'll probably be picked 6th or 7th in the West when this thing comes out. How do you guys approach that, and how much do you guys think people are overlooking some of the talent you guys do have on this roster coming back?
I believe that they are overlooking a lot of talent that we have on this roster. Yes, outside looking in, they see 4-8, they want to pick us last in the SEC. But I feel like that with the new RPO game and the new defensive system that we have, we can really make a run in this SEC. You know what I'm saying? We can make a run now. And, you know, we have a lot of talented guys like Scooter, you know, Sosa, Rambo, Jonathan Nance, you know, our running back core, you know what I'm saying, our quarterbacks, man, and a couple more receivers, man, and a lot of other guys that, you know, we can really make a run. And we got depth, which is the first thing that we didn't really have since I've been here. You know, we have guys in the 2 deep that's just as talented as guys on the first team. So, you know, a lot of people sleeping on that, but that's okay because we know what we have, you know what I'm saying, in our family, and we're going to show it, you know, starting with the first game.
Go to the camera platform, front row back here on the left.
Hey, Santos. A lot of nice-looking young safeties on this roster. Joseph Fouché and Miles Mason, Monteric Brown, who's a redshirt freshman. What can you teach those guys about, you know, kind of the way you came up through the system, and what have you seen from them as far as talent so far?
Well, with those guys coming in, you know, I really took those guys, all 3 of them, under my wing, and I try to tell them that in order to be great on this level and the next level, your mental game has to be right. You know, all 3 of those guys have great physical tools and physical talent. You know, I love what I've seen from those guys, especially Miles Mason and Joe. You know, with them recently coming in, they got all the upside in the world physically. You know, but I try to get them to understand that, you know, if you want to be great in this game, if you want to be able to play fast, you got to be in that film room. You got to understand what you're doing. And they really bought into that, you know, and they really made strides in that area this summer.
Go to the camera platform in the middle.
What have you been able to learn in this short time with your new DB coach, Ron Cooper?
Well, the transition from strong to free safety, with Coach Coop, man, he's really taught me how to, you know, basically play chess with the quarterback, not being able to be read as fast, you know, and that can really hinder the quarterback decision-making skills, you know, being able to knowing what he's looking for, what he's trying to attack, you know, and it just kind of helped me with my mental part of the game, man, you know, and just enhancing that more and just learning football more.
We'll go standing back here on the left side.
Hey, Santos, how do you balance kind of the role as a senior with a first-year head coach between just being the leader on a team and getting them back to competing for championships, also with, like any first-year head coach wants to do, help lay the groundwork for things that are going to happen after you're gone? How do you embrace that challenge of kind of the dual role there as a leader?
Well, you have to make sure that everybody on the team, first of all, start with the upperclassmen. You know, I try to instill into the upperclassmen that we have to be the ones to start a tradition. You know what I'm saying? Start a culture. You know, if we want Arkansas to be good for many years after us, we have to make sure that we instill to the younger guys the importance of the little things, the small details and things, and what it takes to win games and, you know what I'm saying, win championships. And, you know, even though we haven't done this since I've been here, we still have that winner's mentality about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We still have the mentality to be the best, you know, and through the little details of things, man, we try to teach those younger guys that, you know, no matter what role you step into, you got to make sure that you give your all. You have to finish. You know, that was the thing that hindered us a lot. When you learn to finish in everything that you do, you know, it's going to be natural. And I feel like that's a start right there.
Go over here in the middle on the 3rd row, right side.
Santos, in visiting Fayetteville, watching the local news and radio, it seems like the LSU game, they say, is like the biggest home game of the year, and the boot is very, very important to Arkansas. Can you speak to that? Yes,
it is, man. We take pride, you know what I'm saying, in obtaining that boot, and right now it's not in our possession. And, you know, and that's something that really bothers us. You know, we really all our trophy games, but especially that one just because of course, it's a rivalry with us and LSU and everything, but, you know, we take pride in that trophy, man, and we do want it back home where it belongs.
We'll go to the camera platform on the left side, all the way in the back.
Santos, what's your favorite part of playing for John Chavis, and do you call him Chief?
I do call him Chief. That's our commander. I love that he's able to allow us to go out there and express ourselves. You know, we are able to go out there, like I said, and attack the offense and not sit back and wait. You know, which I love about that. And in the secondary, that allows us to man up more. And so at this point, man, it's you and me who gonna win, and that type of competitive spirit, man, really gonna help us thrive in that secondary, and sitting that pressure is gonna help us thrive in the secondary as well. So, I love the mentality that Chief bring, and I love the aggression because it's gonna pay off dividends for our whole defense.
If you'll raise your hand if you have any other questions, we'll get a microphone to you. We'll go back middle over there.
You mentioned the pressure. Was it frustrating the last couple of years not bringing pressure with some of the talent you guys had on the ends and in that linebacker position? And how much better will that make that defense, or the defense this year, with that pressure?
It was very frustrating because the fact that we became more predictable, if anything. Teams kind of knew what we was going to do before we got off the bus. And, just having, teams on their toes at all times can really help us make more plays on the defense side of the ball because they don't know what's going to come, more often than not. And just having that pressure, man, is really going to help us in secondary with creating more turnovers, because we're going to have more bad balls, and we don't always have to have the perfect coverage, in order to make plays on the ball, which is going to help us a lot.
Go on the left side, front row, all the way to the end.
Santos, Cameron Curl, the switch he's made, how do you think he's really progressed in terms of making that switch here during the spring?
Ever since Cameron been here, he's been very coachable. And safety, I feel like always been his natural position. And him moving to safety, really, it wasn't something that was very difficult for him. He's aggressive. He's gonna put his nose in the box. He's gonna make the tackles. He's put on size this summer. I think he's up to 204, 205 now. He's a very smart kid. And he has great hips and feet. And he's potentially going to be one of the best safeties in the conference, if not the country, by the time his senior year comes, if he's still here.
Any other questions for Santos? All right, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.